Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ranjita from Jiva Suraksha, a non-governmental organization in Assam. And we started in 2013, and since inception, we are working for aquatic resource conservation, livelihood development, and all. So today, I'd like to thank GIZ first and Sardaji for inviting me for this presentation. But the thing is that the topic which I was supposed to present has been discussed so much since yesterday. But since this presentation, I would like to my respect to late Mahanta sir. We are guided by the same person who was the director DCFR Bhimtal. So now, as Brahmaputra, we know all it's a lifeline of Assam. So many of the things, traditional use of fish and fishing gears, many of the things has been discussed since yesterday. Still, I'd like to speak out some of the things which I think are yet not discussed. So these are the species, basically, fish is a therapeutic use it has. Some of the species are there, but we have, in collaboration with ICRCIP, we have documented some of the species, around 12 species with 16 mode of treatments, how they are prepared, and now we are in the process of analyzing the nutrient status. Like these are basically collected from the communities. And we have the opportunity to travel Brahmaputra from Sadia to Dhubri, an extensive visit to different parts of Assam while I was in the FREMA, Government of Assam. So we have the opportunity to visit communities. And then we have collected this kind of data, how these species are used in our daily lives, local needs. So initially, magur fish, which has a very high value. So magur fish is basically, we know this is a very highly demanded fish, and it's basically used for the general weakness, cure for the general weakness. And how it is prepared? It's basically prepared with the pepper and also with the khorisa. That's a traditional use khorisa. The preparation is already a traditional system which is very common in Assam, rural people of Assam. So these are some other species like singi fish, Heteropneustis fossilis. Then Glupisoma gyres, how it is, why it is used, basically used in adolescent stage, where to prevent the sleep, means urination in sleep, and it is used as as a paste. Then these are some of the species like Channa gechua, Channa punctatus. These are prepared accordingly with our basic local resources. And we are in the process, as I said, we are in the process of finalizing what is the nutrition status after preparation of the food. So, while traveling through Assam, we have reported various numbers of fishing gears. As we know that traditional fishing technologies has the flexibility of use of the equipment depending upon the area of water, like it's whether it is a river or wetland, and the demand of fish, like what kind of fish we are supposed to catch, and according to the season, we have reported around 11 types of fixed nets, then moving net 8 types, threads 14 types, and hooks and line around 10 types. All these are not traditional, but these traps are basically traditional, which are prepared basically with the help of bamboos and cats, which are locally available in Assam. So these are some photographs we'd like to show you. So basically, traps. When we are talking about the traps, I'd like to highlight that these traps, the women folk has not access to go to the deep waters. So these traps are basically used by the women folk, and their catch is basically to for the home consumption and not for sale. But if something excess they got, then they go for selling also. But it's a very common, they catch only for their home, and that is to mitigate their protein requirement at home. Now, I would like to show you another one. The second from the right, lower second from the right. This is called Bati Mach. I think anybody. I just wanted to know, anybody has seen this structure? This is a we can call it a gear also.
Yes. We had the use.
Okay. So this was reported in Dibrugarh in the Dihing River. This is basically used to catch the fish, this Phyloricus baltora. This kind of fish, they put it, the river community people, they put it in the shallow part of the river, and they this is basically a ball only. Then they covered it with a clean cotton cloth, tied it in the back side, put a hole in the upper side, and put some flour to load the fish. And they regularly check it after a very short time. And small fishes are caught with this equipment. This is very rarely seen this is not seen in all the areas. It's restricted to some pockets only. So I'd like to show this. These are some of the traps that's available, and it's already talked about so much. So I'd like to this. Now, the upper photographs. That's a gear that's called Chhaya. Have you come across this gear? This upper one. That's called a Chhaya. So this species, as Dandatur Samasa rightly highlighted yesterday, that some gears are there which are only designed to catch a single species. This gear is reported from a Tripathi community of Assam, which is a very rare community, you can say. Only 3,000 population are still there in Assam, and they came from North Tibet, Phukan Valley of the North Tibet, in 1775, and they are found to practice this type of fishing gear. It's a type of gear. See, it's a river basically. Shallow part of the river. They put it in the shallow part of the river in a parallel line. They are placing it 2-3 numbers in a line, and this is designed in such a fashion. Once a fish, big size fish, go inside, it is regulated by the entry. The valve is regulated by a thread. Once the fish go inside, it drops down. The gate drops down, and the fish catcher, they can easily go and take it out. The structure is only designed for the big size fishes, and single fish, only one fish can go in. Once it is going, then it drops down and you cannot. So these fishing gears are basically non-destructive, and you can catch the desired species only. And my previous speakers, they are talking about this community fishing. Yes, community fishing sometimes may create a big debate, but it depends on where the fishing is done. Nowadays, earlier days, they are basically in community fishing, they goes for fishing only with the local traps. But nowadays, some other equipments are also coming and joining them. But earlier days, it was not destructive because those people, they went only with the local traps which are very sustainable in fishing, and 200-300 people go together. Nowadays, if you see in Dhemaji and Lakhimpur districts, this it's a culture of those fishing communities also. So those people earlier days, they used to go for fishing in the dry months only, basically in the dry months, not in the breeding season. Before the breeding season. So when they go, they fish and come back. But nowadays, due to a lot of destruction, habitat destruction, siltation, and so many other reasons associated with that, they have to move to so longer places. They have to hire a vehicle and go to other places. So these cultures are now decreasing day by day. So as I have said, the women are also related. This is basically for home consumption, and sometimes when catch goes up, then they go for this kind of roadside selling also. Not exactly in the market; it's in the roadside selling. So we have identified some 28 varieties of plants, which yesterday also somebody, Dr. Sumi has also highlighted some of the plants. So we have reported 28 varieties of plants which have therapy which are used as a fish catching agents. These are some of the plants. These are some of the plants. But nowadays, what happened as the destruction of the forest, we have very limited access to these plants. But these are very unique, and they directly the fish caught by these techniques are eatable. They are not that much poisonous. So I would like to add some other points here, which are Sarla has highly recommended us not to go exceed 6 slides. So we have this pictures only, but I would like to add some other method, basically how community is conserving the fish. In Dibil Saikwa, in Upper Dihing Reserve Forest, the Buri Dihing River, if you go in that forest, there's lots of small streams, hill streams. There we find a fish called tulazi, that's a Olaira longicordata. Normally fishes are found in river wetlands in water areas. But can you imagine to find a fish in a dry land? Can anybody? Do you have any experience of finding any fish in a dry land? I don't think so. But this fish, this fish, especially the Olaira longicordata, in wet months they are found in the streams. But in winter months, they hibernate in the very wet places, almost dry. If you go on walking, you can walk properly without catching with the mud. That kind of hibernation is there. So the local community, though they know that the fish is there in the paddy fields, nearby paddy fields, they come from the streams to the paddy fields and they hibernate there. You cannot find those fishes in the streams anymore, but in the winter months you can get them in the wetlands, in the dry paddy fields, almost dry paddy fields. But though the community knows that the fish is there, they don't go for fishing in those areas. So thus they are protecting that. Thus the community is conserving these resources. So thank you all.